minutes of Idle tonight. That'll be good. Here on The Deuce. All right, let's start with Stompin' Tom. Adam has more on his life and work.
Yeah, certainly being remembered tonight by so many people because he chronicled and celebrated Canada like no one else. The iconic singer-songwriter, passionately patriotic. He never pursued fame in the U.S. He even returned his 6 Juno Awards, protesting what he called the Americanization of our music industry. Well, CTV's Austin Delaney has more on the musician who's helped write Canada's soundtrack.
It's blood to spud from the bright red mud, rolling on the highway smiling.
He was a true Canadian, hitchhiking across the country in his early teens, singing for food along the way, and learning about Canadians. Stompin' Tom Connors knew this country and wrote songs about its people.
He hits up that old New Brunswick line. To Montreal he comes just a flying whenever big load of potatoes.
Friend singer Gordon Lightfoot told us Stompin' Tom could relate.
He's a real, true Canadian. He's really, he's patriotic. He's all these things. He loves Canada. And his experience in growing up here is so vast, you know, right through his childhood and everything. He understands the country. He's the soul of the country.
At the Leafs Senators game last night, they played a tribute to the legend. The Prime Minister tweeted, "We have lost a true Canadian original. Rest in peace, Stompin' Tom Connors. You played the best game that could be played." Ronnie Hawkins recalls the first time he played a show with Stompin' Tom at the University of Guelph.
And when I heard his music, and then these are young kids, and most young kids, you know, they're into rock and roll, nothing else hardly. And I was a little worried about him because I thought he might not go over. Well, when he walked out there, he got a 15-minute standing ovation. So I didn't worry about him anymore.
Connors died in his Halton Hills home, surrounded by family and friends. A spokesman says of natural causes. He left a personal message on his website that reads, "I must now pass the torch to all of you to help keep the maple leaf flying high and be the patriot Canada needs now and in the future."
Tom is being very kind. I think he knows his place in history.
Stompin' Tom was 77 years of age.
And British guitarist Alvin Lee has also died. The 68-year-old was best known for performing with the band 10 years after at Woodstock. Lee died after complications following a routine surgery. 10 years after, earned international recognition after being featured in this Woodstock documentary. Lee released 20 albums over his 45-year career, playing rock, blues, jazz, and funk.
The whole show he's been complaining. He's backstage with the EMTs and the doctor.
And that is reportedly Justin Bieber's manager talking to a London audience tonight after the pop star fainted backstage. The 19-year-old stopped his concert because he was feeling, quote, very low of breath. He was treated with oxygen. He took a 20-minute break from performing, and Bieber just tweeted that he is feeling better and trying to figure out what happened. Well, Leonard Cohen certainly did run out of breath, running a non-stop musical marathon last night during the Victoria stop on the Icons' Old Ideas World Tour.
Dance me to the end of love.
Cohen opened with Dance Me to the End of Love, performing for 6,000 at the Save on Foods Memorial Arena. The 87-year-old and his 9-piece band performed for 3.5 hours, earned 3 encores. The set list spanned from early hits such as Suzanne to new material from his Old Ideas album. And tomorrow is International Women's Day, and local artists are coming together to celebrate at the Community Arts Council of Greater Victoria. The exhibit is titled Diversity Makes Us Stronger, features 33 paintings of women by women. It's art representing diverse cultures, abilities, and ages, and there's also work from acclaimed locals, including Pat Martin Bates, Millie Shapiro, and Phyllis Sirota.
The artist could paint whatever they wanted, just so it was a woman. Because I think a lot of the women, particularly the younger women, have not experienced the real energy in the women's movement. So this will just show them how much energy there is when you come together.
The International Women's Day exhibit opens tomorrow, runs through March 17th at the Arts Centre at Cedar Hill in Saanich, and you can find details on the Community Art Council's website, which is cacgv.ca. There you have it.
That Leonard Cohen show last night was unbelievable.
Wasn't it?
It was fantastic. You know, it was one of those ones you go to a concert and the artist is pushing the new album, and you go, I want to hear the old stuff. It all fit beautifully.
It did.
And it was like they were comfortable old songs. I want to know what kind of glucosamine he's on too. Up and down on those 78-year-old knees like nobody's business.
And he would do this jig as he went off stage.
It's a great show. It was worth missing Whitney for, right?
It certainly was.
All right, Sparky, thank you. CTV News at 6 is next.